Hi everyone, I'm Amelia Dearman from the Global Covenant of Mayors, and it's a real pleasure to be here for the LGMA in week 2 of COP. We've started off to a really busy week as the negotiations have become a lot more pressured as we move into this week of real focus. It's 6 p.m. here in the venue, and I'm telling you this because we have people at events around me still, and also the negotiators are continuing into the night until 12 p.m. This video, when you see it, may be a little bit out of date. We started today at first thing in the morning. The COP30 Presidency released a series of negotiating texts across all agenda items. So that was a lot to kind of look at and analyse. That included the Global Goal and Adaptation, Just Transition Work Programme, UAE Dialogue, amongst others. And then what the Presidency has also done is try to group together any items that parties are talking about and want to sort of have in that final outcome into one text called the Mutual Decision. So we've been taking a look at that because it was good to see some references to subnational actors, but we didn't see the references to multi-level action that we want to see. And we all want this to be the COP of implementation, but we feel that unless cities and subnationals are at the heart of a negotiated outcome at COP, it cannot be the COP of implementation without that piece. So today we've been looking at what are the additional clauses we can see in the Mutual Pact. First of all, we're looking at adding something on the NDC synthesis report, as that had really positive recognition of the role that subnational actors are playing in those plans. And the second thing we're looking at is a dialogue. We're really wanting to see that collaboration between national and subnational governments brought into the formal process here, and we want that to culminate at COP32, be inclusive of the IPCC, and make sure we really set a good groundwork for the global stocktake, the second one that's coming up. So that's where we've got to on the negotiations. I think in terms of what was going on in the Cities and Regions Hub, we had the Brazil LGMA working group, which was a really great moment for the group to connect and look at next steps. We then had a really successful huddle with negotiators to talk about some of those items I raised at the start of this. So we had really great representation and lots of different governments speaking up in support. And then we had a really intensive afternoon with advocacy, pushing those national governments to try and submit to the presidency all of our asks that we have on the text. So it's been really fantastic to see that today. And then this afternoon, the Mayor of Belém has been speaking at the high-level plenary in support of those asks and to really celebrate that subnational leadership happening here in Brazil. So tomorrow, we wait to see what happens this evening with the negotiations. I think it will be a late night for lots of colleagues. But we're hoping that we can continue to push forward this agenda and really make sure that we see multi-level action reflected in negotiations.